when I lived in Korea, I didn't try to play poker professionally, but I played poker for money. Okay? And anytime you talk to a friend, they're talking about, like, yeah, I used to play poker for money. For 6 months, I lived off poker. Nobody I've ever talked to will be honest and say, hey, it didn't work. I lost. I never hear someone be honest and say, hey, I did a couple months playing poker for money. I lost money. I will be that man. I'll break that barrier. I tried to live off poker in Korea. I did not. But here's the gambit. If you guys don't know, South Korea, gambling is illegal. Casinos are not open to the public. You can only gamble in a South Korean casino with a foreign passport. Okay? So everyone you're gambling with is not like a native. They're all like people from out of town. There was a casino called the Lucky 7 in Seoul, South Korea. And this casino did not care about rules, all right? First of all, they were very loosey-goosey about letting locals in. And second, they had a giant picture of Robert De Niro holding a Lucky 7 card and smiling. And I guarantee Robert De Niro was not paid for that ad. That was some iconic shit. That was some, we're just going to fucking look the other way and we're going to Photoshop Robert De Niro as the mascot of our fucking casino. I didn't serve in Korea. I studied abroad there in college. Not that long ago, actually. So De Niro, I would walk past De Niro's smiling face after school in Korea, and I would go into this Lucky 7 casino, and they were letting locals in who, because of the laws, had rarely gambled. So it was soft. It was a soft fucking game generally. That's how bad I was. Bastard String, thank you for the prime. So I'm going to this casino. I would fucking dap up the giant photo of Robert De Niro, and then I would sit down to play. And I would do all right. Again, I wasn't getting slaughtered, but I was not making my tuition money back. Okay? 안녕하세요. That's what I can say. Miguk Saram. What does that mean? Miguk is America? I forgot it all, man. I studied it for a little while. Everyone in Korea. So I studied Korea. I studied Korean in Arizona where I went to school. I studied Korean for about 2 years, and I was like, I gotta get good before I go to Korea. I gotta understand this shit. And then I get to Korea, and everyone speaks English, and they speak it better than I speak Korean, and they're actually annoyed that I even try speaking Korean, and they all want to practice their English. So it didn't matter. And also in Korea, every fucking street sign is in English and Korean, and every song, the chorus is in English. I barely had to know it. Don't say thank you for your service, because I didn't serve in Korea. Don't salute me, and don't thank me for my service, because I just went there to study abroad and drink. Okay? To be quite clear, I did not serve in Korea. I drank there as a student. So I'm gambling at the Lucky 7 casino. And the gambit I realized as a very broke studying abroad college student, again, please stop serving. Please stop. I'm not humble. I didn't serve. Was that the Lucky 7 had a little menu for gamblers. And they would bring you things at extreme discounts as long as you were going to gamble for a long time. Okay? So I would get off class, I would go to the Lucky 7 casino, and I would order this big. You could only get like one thing. I remember that. It was only you could get like one thing without paying, as long as you were gambling, or depending on the amount of money you were getting. And I would order this banana split giant triple dip sundae. I guess people just didn't rarely order this. I never saw anyone else order this. But it was the most calories per dollar. I was getting it basically free. And it was this big fucking honker decorated sundae. And I would sit there and play poker with a bunch of Koreans like a just a stupid foreigner eating a giant ass fucking banana split sundae. And I would lose money a little bit, but not that much. And I'd break even basically on the sundae. And I would dip. And I would do that on the reg. I had a bunch of sun. I was so unhealthy in Korea, dude. Yeah, I was literally like a fucking walking stereotype, dude. Except I wasn't fat. I was rail thin, to be honest. But I was eating that banana sundae and just fucking gombling. But so I did one tournament because I would play mostly tournaments. I wouldn't play just cash. I would play tournaments on this at this Lucky 7 casino, which turns out to be a bad idea for hours invested. But one tournament I did bink it, and I won. I don't remember how many won, but it translated like $600, $662, and I was able to fly to Japan off of that money. What is that Bob Iger quote in reference to? It's just it's. I like Bob Iger, so Ludwig bought me this as a birthday gift, as the worst quote he could find for Bob Iger. So I binked one tournament. I probably entered, I don't know, 50. I probably entered 50 poker tournaments in Seoul, and I binked one. I did. I binked it. I had pocket aces literally the first hand. I went all in. I doubled up from there. I just played safe. And I ended up binking it. And I got to fly to Japan from Korea off that money. But it was the cheapest Japan trip ever. I've never been so broke. I slept in a capsule hotel. I don't know if you guys ever slept in a capsule hotel. It's like the fucking coffin with the TV in the roof. Have you guys ever seen it? Capsule hotel. Yeah, it looked here exactly like this. But I was slept in a less nice one. Let me show you. Like this. You guys see these? They're like little hotels you can stay in, but it's just a bed. So can I fit the whole story in before 7:30? I can't. Ooh. Let me just tell you anyway. All right, so I fly to Japan. My girlfriend, Ariana, who's not Japanese, but was studying abroad in Japan at the time, and we're still dating, by the way, I wanted to see her. I wanted to see her university and see what was going on with her. So I flew to Japan, but I couldn't get a flight to Tokyo where she was staying because it was too expensive. I could only get a flight to Kyoto and take a night bus, okay? So I land in Kyoto fucking midnight. My night bus is at 6 a.m. Good luck, Henke. Good luck, Henke. So I have 6 hours until this bus leaves in the middle of the night in Japan. I don't know where the fuck I am, and I assume Japan will be like Korea, where everyone speaks English. Not the case. They don't speak English. None of the signs are in English. They don't give a shit if you speak English. There's not the same comparison. Let me get back to this. So, I landed in Japan. How was a night bus? I'm sorry, it was not 6 a.m. It was probably 4 a.m. The point is I landed like right before midnight and I had to wait 3 to 4 hours. Okay? And I'm in Kyoto on the street. Now, Japan is clean and it's a nice place. And I didn't feel in danger, but I had nothing to do. So I literally was like a homeless person. I sat in a stairwell next to the bus station, pitch dark, and I put out my laptop and I started watching poker videos. And eventually a cop came by and he shooed me away. He was like, hey, get up, go, go, go. So I went and I sat on a bench in front of, it's not 7-Eleven, but whatever the 7-Eleven equivalent is in Japan. It's called like Family Mart or something like that. And I would sit in the bench in front of there, and every 15 minutes I would walk in and try to buy like a piece of candy just to do something. And the guy was like, there was no one else there. It's totally empty. And every 15 minutes, this white guy would wander in, look at the guy, walk up, buy one piece of candy, walk out. And I'd watch a poker video on the laptop. 7-Eleven is Japanese, but it wasn't a 7-Eleven. It was like, it was something similar. I think it was Family Mart. Yeah. I've seen 7-Elevens in Japan, but this wasn't a 7-Eleven. I'm just being honest. So, yeah, I just kept walking and getting a piece of candy. And then finally, at 4 a.m., the bus shows up. And I get on the bus, and I think, whatever, this won't be a problem. I'm a fucking college student. But it is so incredibly uncomfortable. The thinnest seats, the slightest reclines, and the longest fucking route from Kyoto to Tokyo. And it wasn't a night bus. It started in the night, but it went during the day because the sun rose, and it was so hot through the window. It was the most miserable experience just to get to see my girlfriend in Tokyo for cheap. I'm trying to remember how many hours. I think it was like 6 or 7. But again, you could look up Tokyo or Kyoto to Tokyo night bus. The train was too expensive. You guys don't understand. I was that broke. I was that broke. Of course I got some. I didn't fucking fly, I didn't fly to Japan to see my girlfriend and not get nothing. Yeah. Yeah. They stopped every hour to turn the lights on. I don't remember if they did that, but they definitely stopped frequently, and it was impossible to sleep. I could not sleep on that bus. I could not sleep on that bus. Jesus Christ. So I was just dead. I was just dead by the time I got to Tokyo. And then when I got to Tokyo, I couldn't stay because she was studying abroad at like it wasn't a women's university, but it wasn't like I could stay in her dorm. Evan, thank you for the tier 1. And so I had to stay in a capsule fucking hotel. Wait, am I in this? How long ago was this? This is 2012? Probably 2012? Yeah, this is almost certainly 2012. And in a capsule hotel, as I showed in the picture, it's just like a tiny coffin with a TV in the ceiling. It's very cheap. Okay? So I was in the capsule hotel. It's fine. Whatever. It's actually like underrated. If you're going to spend all your time out there partying or walking around, you don't need a fancy hotel. And the bed is comfy. Who to give it, it doesn't really matter, right? So it was fine. But then the shower, as I found out, is communal with all of the Japanese businessmen. So I wake up and I have to get clean, and I'm in like this public communal shower with like only Japanese businessmen, and they're all naked. I'm seeing all their dicks. I saw so many Japanese dicks that day. And it's fine, right? I'm not a prude, but I've never done this before. I mean, locker rooms at school, I guess, and they just don't give a shit. They're just all like, no one cares. And it's not like I have a friend, right? It's not like I'm like, this is kind of funny. This is weird. It's just me. And I'm the only white guy, and I clearly stand out. So I just remember feeling like, man, I should be cool about this, but it's a little odd. So I washed myself. I did it. I had to get clean. I'm not a total prude. I'm not going to be weird about it. I'm not going to not do it. But it was a unique experience. It's definitely something I'm going to check off having done. And there was just nobody else. My massive hog stuck out. It's more of a grower than a shower, boys. I wasn't flexing on him. I'm just saying I stood out, right? I was generally taller, and I was definitely whiter. And I was clearly the most uncomfortable. Everyone there was like, this is fucking regular shit. We go to the capsule hotel after a night drinking. We shower together. No big deal. I had a little bucket. You had a little stool. You put the stool down in the shower, and you're just going. It was fine. Anyway, I wasn't like worried about my schmeat. I wasn't. It was just interesting. It was interesting. It was an interesting time. But fun. And I'm glad I did it. And I also recommend, hell yes, please, dude. Please check out a capsule hotel if you're in Tokyo. It's cheap. It's good. You're in this, unless you're claustrophobic, then you'll want to kill yourself. But you can just stare at TV until you fall asleep. It's in the ceiling. There's a little radio on the side. Let's see if Ludwig's flaking.